Hmm? So today we are going to create a custom collection. Okay. First of all, let's understand what a collection is. Collection is nothing but a wrapper over arrays, wrapper over primitive data types. There were some limitations of arrays, like size of array is fixed. Okay, that's why array cannot grow. Insertion, deletion, these things are not possible with arrays. Okay, so to give that functionality to array, what we did is we encapsulated array into another type, which is now known as collection. So the previous collection that created with that shipped with .NET 1.1 were object based. So the parameter that you were passing was object, and the value that you are returning was also object. Okay. So first of all, let's create a class. So there are many ways to create your collection. One is implementing iCollection interface. Okay, but we'll start from the scratch. Let's see how Microsoft must have created a collection. So I'm creating a class. First of all, I told you that collection is nothing but a wrapper over array. So I'll create an object array. Okay, this is the array which my collection will be encapsulating. There are two properties that are there in every collection: count and capacity. So let's create two properties. Count prop tab. So we have created two things, capacity and count. Let's create a constructor. Okay, the constructor. Now let's add a method public void add. What it will take? Object as a parameter. Object to add. What it is going to do is, initially when you when you call this add method, your my collection array will be null. I need to initialize it. But what should be the size of this array? Right now I have no idea, right? So what I'll do is, when you are coming here for the first time, if my collection array is equal to null, which it will be when you are coming for the first time, what I'm doing is, I'll say capacity is equal to 4. Okay, and my collection array is equal to new my collection array, new object array of size capacity. First time when it will call the add method, it will create a object array of size 4. ठीक है ना? After that, what it will do is, my collection array, whatever the count is, it will add the item to that index. So count is actually number of elements. So if it is 0, that means I have to add item to the 0th index. If it is 1, I have to add item to the first index, and so on. So this is the code. So this code will work fine for 4 times. First time count will be 0. It will come, initialize capacity to 4, and we have initialized a collection array of size 4. First time index 0 item will be added, second time index 1, 2, 3. Fifth time when you call, it will throw array index out of bounds. Okay, na? So what I need to do is, if I need to code for this thing, if count
greater than
equal to capacity, if count is equal to capacity, equal to or less than equal to?
less than
Equal to capacity, because fifth time the count will be equal to capacity. If count is equal to capacity, what I have to do is capacity star equal to 2. So capacity is doubled.
yes.
Okay, I'll create a temporary array, object array temp is equal to new object array size capacity. Old array I need to copy to this array, so my collection array dot copy to obj temp, and index will be 0. Start from index 0. Edit. Now what I'll do is, my collection array I'll replace with 10. Clear? So I have created a new array of double capacity, copied the old values, and then assigned that to the old array. Array are nothing but reference types. So my old array, which was pointing to a memory of size 4, will now point to a memory of size 8, which contains 4 of the items added previously plus 4 blank spaces. So now after that my collection count is equal to object to add. This will remain the same, right? So my add method is implemented correctly. Okay. So next collection has a method called remove, public void remove object to remove. How I remove the item?
Decrement the count.
I need to find out the object, and when they match I need to remove that item from the
index position you will be finding index position.
How will you find out the index? Match the object. How?
Find the count.
Initially it is null. For each object O in my collection array, it will check if O is equal to obj.remove. Equal to will work here or not?
Yes, sir.
I don't think that this will work here. We need to check O dot equals. Okay, but let's try this out. Okay, so what I have to do is I just have to item dot found is equal to O. So item is found. I'll break away from this loop and I say my collection. Does it have any remove property? No. No. So what I have to do is I'll do one index -1. Every time it comes here, it will increment the index. item found and index plus plus. So I have the index of the item to remove. I'll say
दो बार प्लस प्लस क्यों करना, फिर एक तो उसमें हो गया, फिर कंडीशन चेक
एक ही बार होगा. But the problem is, after removing the item from the array, I need to rearrange the array. Then I need to rearrange the array. So how will I do that? I have removed it. Okay. Now what I'll do is, for I is equal to index, I'll start with the index that I have just removed. Count we have decremented, have we? You see, we are not doing anything with the count. Whenever I am adding an item to the collection, I need to increment the count as well. Yes or no? Because it's our responsibility.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? So count is our responsibility. Every time I am adding one item to the collection, I have to increment the count. Every time I removing the item from the collection, I should decrement the count. So I equal to index, I less than count, I plus plus. What I have to do is underscore my collection array, index, whatever the item at this index is, I have to copy index plus 1. Yes or no? Suppose I have removed the 4th item from the collection. So I have to copy the 5th item to 4th, 6th item to 5th, and so on. ठीक है ना? So once this is done, the last item in my collection is going to be null. I have to remove that. ठीक है? So how I'm going to do that is, I'll create an object array again.
So इसमें प्लस होगा माइनस होगा? प्लस. मतलब 5th को 4th में कॉपी है.
5th को 4th में कर दो ना. So I'm creating another object array of size, count.
Not the count.
No, I need to do it. जरूरी है. Let it be. It will become null. We have just rearranged the items. So last item is going to be null. That's fine. Okay. So that is done. Clear है यहाँ तक? Okay. Now let's try to use it. Let's try to use this custom collection. So I'll create an object of my custom collection. Dot add 1, 2, 3. Dot remove 2. Working fine? Dot remove.
Double
मुझे तो डॉट दिख रहा है. Okay. So let's try to do a for each on my custom.